Yo, yo,
What up, fellas?
what is going on?
I think June's muted.
Yeah, I think so. Raven's Eye, what up?
What
Am
up,
I still
Ravens?
muted?
Hi.
Am I still muted? I'm good.
No,
Cool.
you're good. You're good now.
Now we
Okay.
can hear you, bro.
Yeah, Raven's already in the house, man. What's up, fellas?
AB,
What's up, brothers?
What's up, everybody?
what
What's
up,
going
man?
What's up,
on, man?
brothers?
Avery!
No, AB in the house, man. AB in the house.
The
My
king
brothers, my
has
brothers.
returned.
Yeah, he has returned to the juncture, bringing us much stuff, much love. How y'all fellas been doing, man? It's been a minute since Lazy Boyz.
I mean,
Good,
good,
man.
man.
It's been a minute. Been a quick minute.
I felt froggy today, man. I was like, you know what? I think we need a new intro, man.
You
You
killed
killed it,
man.
bro.
And
It's
Yeah.
perfect, man.
always. It's like Blitz. Yeah, he's the best intro outro maker dude in the business. He does, you know.
Facts.
Thank you,
He,
thank
he
you.
brings the heat, man. Like it's always like completely like just edited perfectly. Like it's just on point edits, man. So yeah, man.
Wait until you see the pig bar one. So I already have everything set up. I just gotta edit it.
Nice.
All right,
But-
man.
But I added like bar neon signs to it. You see.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sweet.
shit.
Shit.
There we go.
Speaking of Pig Bar, man, so we tried to start a channel. We started the channel thing. That thing is crazy, but I'm trying to see what Zuck's talking about because it's supposed to work, but we'll see. We're going to get it figured out, but it seems like it's a good function if it works right. Nico's saying in the house.
What up, Vico?
What's up, man?
He just needs to start Blitz Entertainment. You're right, man. Bringing the heat, bro.
Blitz worldwide.
There you go.
Yeah, worldwide. What's up, man?
Realm, what up? What up?
What's
We
up,
got
man?
a special
Realm.
guest tonight. PM Uncolored is joining us in a couple moments. This man is in the toy community putting it down, man. I love seeing his shots in the G.I. Joe collab. And that's where I was introduced to him. So it's dope, having him join us tonight. It's Raven said only lets admins add posts to it for the after hours. Yeah, I got to figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out because we like it. I thought it should function like a message board because that's kind of what it is. It's a channel message.
It's what it's supposed to do.
That's what I thought when I heard of it. I thought the same thing.
I screen captured Zuck's
Richard Grayson.
write up on it, and it actually says that you're supposed to be able to post pictures, comment, do text, everything in it. But it's what up, toy addict in the house, man.
Richard Grayson.
Yeah.
Dick. It's Dick in the house.
In the house, he's in the house doing what he do. But yeah, it's we're gonna get it figured out because we love that to be a place where people can post nominations, where people can go in and go, hey, I'd love to be a host. Just a good, easier way because we make the announcement, but that would be the quickest for you guys to contact us if it works, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah, because we'll get notified right away or something like that.
Exactly, we would. Without further ado, we're gonna bring in our guest tonight and get things going, man, in the lazy style.
All right, hey, how's it going, fellas?
Hey,
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Appreciate you guys having me tonight.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
we try to get as many people as would love to come on to hang out with us, man, because it's a community and we want that to continue to be the essence all the time. So actually thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
What we always like to do, though, we like to do a little put people on the spot real quick when they join us on the Lazy Boyz. Just give us a little quick rundown. The first things we would ask is what got you into collecting, and then what got you into toy photography of your collection? How that come about?
Right quick, my mom had passed about 2 years ago, and it
Sorry,
was a
man.
hard
Sorry
time
for
for me
loss.
to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, loud
No,
and
you good. Now, my mom had passed about 2 years ago, and it was a hard time. So it was kind of one of those things where I was going back to childhood memories and stuff like that. And I remembered Christmases where she would just, work real hard and make sure I had a bunch of G.I. Joes at Christmas time. So, I mean, literally that was kind of what triggered it all. Got a couple figures and things like that. And then I somehow stumbled on toy photography. I have no idea really how I got there, but then I saw it was this whole community on Instagram. And I was pretty much hooked at that point. And that's pretty much where it started and how we're still in it.
Oh, wow. And so did you just instantly kind of, when you're looking at the figures, did you just go, the G.I. Joe Classified, that hits me right there. That's where I'm at.
Kind of with the name PM Uncolored, it was like, for me, it was I couldn't find a lot of minority action figures.
Okay,
so
that's fair. That's
kind of where that came from. And it was just like, so I went on this mission and I started off with like buying everything that I saw, Latino, Black, it didn't matter. I was just grabbing everything, man. And then I stumbled upon G.I. Joe Classified. And of course, I was late to the game, so that was when Baroness was like $100, and but I was new to collecting, so I had no idea that the figures were gonna come back around.
Yeah.
So I got. I was spending crazy amounts of money for Troopers and Vipers and everything that. But it worked. That's what got me kind of into the community. And then I started just helping others with figures that they were hunting for. And I sold them kind of at the regular price, not all that eBay stuff.
Yes. Oh, that's dope. No, and you're absolutely right. It is funny how it seems to me, I would say it's mostly Hasbro that does that recycle thing. Some of the other companies don't do it as much. You don't get it. But Hasbro is notorious for that. Like, let the scalpers skyrocket it, and then we're gonna re-release it a month later, just to get you.
I was a noob, man. I had no clue whatsoever. So I mean, I remember Beach Head was $100. You didn't know if you were supposed to have blue or brown eyes.
Yeah.
Baroness was like dang near 150, 200. It was like God. So yeah. It was crazy.
That's so crazy. So what do you when you got into the photography aspect of it? What did you go? I'm gonna use my phone. I'm gonna use the camera. How did you approach Because you tell me it looks like you use a camera.
Yeah, absolutely. I started with an iPhone just because that's what I thought everybody was doing. I had cameras at the time due to my background, but I never was using them, so they were just sitting to the side. And then I realized, okay, these people are really intense with this. Everything is for real, and they not just posing a picture and just like, hey, here, it's like, nah, this is intense. And I just wanted to get better, so that's when I switched over and I started using a old Panasonic camera that I had, and then that joker broke. So at one point, it was just literally, I couldn't see through the viewfinder. I had nothing, and I was just like, all right. So I upgraded and got a little camera, spent a little money, and yeah. That's
nice. Yeah, because I can totally. It's like your depth of field and your stuff like that has to be a camera. There's no way. I mean, people do it with phones, but I don't know how they're doing it with phones. You can definitely capture it with a camera.
Yeah, it was a challenge for me. I couldn't. It was too much. I was like, I saw what I want in certain people's photography, and I couldn't accomplish that with that camera or with the phone. So it was like, all right, let me just go ahead and try this. And I'm still evolving, still learning, but I think I'm liking the direction that it's going.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about. So, tell us too, like, when you said when you first were jumping into it, you were kind of coming late to the classified line. So how are you getting your items now? How do you you go to the brick front like Target or whatever? You prefer online now?
I do both. I try to find it in as many stores as possible. So I'll still go to the stores. I'll still hunt. Today I found an Outback and some agent dude for Marvel that I'm like, I like this little badge and his little card.
Jimmy Woo. Yeah, you found Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, there you go. That's him. So I'm like, I'll grab those guys, flip it, and use that gear just for something else. But for the most part, I try to Robot Kingdom, CMD store, places like that. So I'm not supposed to say links or anything like that. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
you can do
You could.
Lazy Boyz.
All right,
You
cool.
can
So
do
yeah, so those are places that I like to go to because they usually ship it a little faster than
Yes.
like Big Bad Toy Store. They screwed me over once, so it's like
Yeah,
So-
I think everybody got screwed over by Big
Yep.
Bad
It
before.
is. It is. Big Bad is weird, man. Because I've had stuff that's like when is it ever gonna? And then there's been stuff that weirdly it'll show up like 4 months before anybody else. I don't know what they're doing, but they're weird.
Literally, man. Listen, I'm outside of Chicago, and that's one of the shipping places. They're literally like, it's sitting here at Melrose Park. I'm like,
Are you
dude,
serious?
it's up the street for a month, and I can't go get it. So, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not quite sure how they're figuring out their shipping. Even none of the manufacturers, because for example, that latest Mythic Legions figure obscure with the Monkey King thing that came out.
Yeah,
And I know for a fact that the Four Horsemen's thing is right down the street from Blitz. Like it's literally you can kick it. But
It's like a
for whatever
25-minute drive. I could walk in there if I wanted to.
yeah, but for whatever reason, he got his thing almost a week and a half after I did. I'm on West Coast, so I don't know what they're doing. It's like it might not be them. It could be FedEx and UPS and just how they because they're all over the place.
that's
They're
exactly what they
over
blamed it on. I think what is it, DHL or DHL, whatever the
Yeah,
company is. So
all
yeah,
over the place.
Yeah.
You just never know. And I don't know if you dabbled into any extensively into any Mesco stuff, but whatever you do, avoid be prepared if you're ordering directly from Mesco because they will send it out to the carrier. Usually it's FedEx, sometimes it's DHL. They'll send it out and they don't even give you the notification that it's been like you'll be looking on Mesco in your account and it'll say processing. The thing is sitting on your porch. Like, and then you never got a notification. It's like, what?
yeah. I just got into Mesco, and it's scary because I see myself going down that rabbit hole, and it's like, God, dog, that Destro got me. So again, being a GI Joe guy, it's like, all right, I pre-ordered Destro, Snake Eyes, Firefly, Roadblock. But when it came, it was totally different. The feel of this figure and everything about it was like, oh, this nice.
Yes.
And now it's like I gotta have Troopers, so I'm buying the Mesco figure, the old Punishers and stuff to try to mix and match.
Man.
So it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We in it now.
Between you, Neptune, a couple other fellas that got that Destro, man, it's very tempting. He looks amazing.
Grab it, man. I don't know about Mesco, but I know that figure is fun to play with. So yeah.
I do have Snake Eyes pre-ordered, but I didn't. I'm thinking, man, should I get Roadblock and Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and that? It's tempting because they look really good. Man.
The way they feel, it was posing. It was so different for me. It was like he just automatically stood there, no matter what pose I put him in. So in my mind at that point, it's like, okay, you start to get rid of the classifieds and just focus on the Mesco. But then all of a sudden, here come all these different figures, and you're like, never mind.
Yeah. Well, I think PM, a way to tackle it, and it sounds like you're kind of already doing it that way, is you've got your corner. Like you like Joe stuff.
Yeah.
So you like if you're just in that realm of Joe, whether it's classified or Mesco, I think budget wise, that's a good place.
Okay.
Because you're not buying all the other. I mean, and I feel like some of us fellas have been doing the same thing. I know Blitz has been purging his Marvel Legends because he doesn't want to mess with that realm anymore. So he's sticking with his Mythic Legion, he's sticking with Storm Collectibles and his Star Wars, and that's where he's at. And I know, Green, he sticks with mostly Power Rangers and Turtles, so that allows him to be in that corner. I think what it is when you get in that dangerous, like, man, I'm picking up that figure, and then you're down at all these different lines. Or you can be like AB. AB is the king of just cherry picking that one figure he wants, and he don't mess with nothing else. He can have a whole line, but he just wants that one figure. That's one way to.
Nah, man. I like I said, when I first started, I thought that's where I was going with collecting a little of everything. Stumbled on the Joes, and I pretty much was stuck at that point. I mean, I grab a couple Valverse. Is that how you say it, Valverse?
Yes.
A couple of their figures just to blend in a little bit with some of them, and make that universe a little wider. But for the most part, I'm stuck. I like the military feel of everything. I started messing with some of the bigger ones just a little bit. The what is it, 1/6 scale? Just a little. But I'm sticking with Joe's, and that's it.
I'm like you. It's for me, the Joe. That's my childhood, and I remember. I remember there was this like back in the day. There's this place. It wasn't Best Buy. It was like Best something, right? Because I'm from the Midwest as well, and there's this place called Best something. I don't know what it was, but they carried Joe's. So Mom would take me over there to get Joe's. And it was like, that's where I remember getting, she took me, she was like, these look kind of like, you could, like, there's a lot of, you're going to keep all this, is going to, because I remember Snow Jobs when she took me, it's just like, this has a lot of stuff in this package. You're going to lose all this? I'm like, no, I won't lose it. So, well, if I see it all scattered on the floor, I'm not taking you back to get another one. So,
he's like, I got it. Don't worry.
I got it. Took me back to get to like Torpedo. Then I was getting Doc, and then I was getting, but so Joe's classified line spoke to me, man, because it's like, and the Joe line speaks to me. So it's easy. I would say if I dumped anything and I had one line, I would be staying with Joe, because that's I had those the most when I was a kid, man. Now on that note, are you getting in on the Dragonfly?
Yes.
Yes. Did you get on the hiss? Are you getting a hiss?
So I didn't do the hiss because I wasn't really understanding it at the time or what was happening. In my mind, I've spent now all this money on all these figures. I got a case with like 30, 40 wipers that are still unopened, so I'm like, I'm not understanding what the heck the hiss is and the pre-orders and all that stuff at that time. So I'm going to get somebody's.
Me too.
Right now.
I think because I missed it. His came up and I was like, and I was thinking, I don't know, that seems like a bit much. But then after they came out the Engine of Vengeance, I was like, okay, wait a minute, I just got played. I should have did his, because that's a HasLab the back. The Engine of Vengeance was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I'm like you. I'm a fine one.
I'm finding too. I'm coming for somebody. I'm leaving with something. All right. I'm leaving with it.
Yeah,
but the Dragonfly, I got in on a couple of those.
They killed it on that pricing and everything. In my opinion,
it's high. I figure it's gonna be worth it. If anything, I can help somebody in the community down the road. So I'm not gonna charge $500 for it.
That's
it's gonna be like whatever, $300 plus the shipping or whatever.
That's right.
That's where we at. It's all love. So
that's good, man. That's
real quick, you got 2 shout outs in the chat so far. You got Rama Toys. He says you do a great job making everything look like a movie.
Yes.
And you also got Rabbits Den. He says happy to put a face to the name, PM.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I usually stay pretty incognito, for the most part. You don't see no selfies or anything online for that, but yeah, you guys got
no
me.
OnlyFans like Toy Addict.
Toy Addict.
Yeah, no, this my first one, so I try to stay low profile, but
that's what's up.
Yes, sir. I like both of those guys. Appreciate it, gentlemen, and
Yeah, and that's a good segue, real quick, because he said you make everything look like a movie.
Fellas, give me a second. I gotta step away for a second.
Okay, no worries. Without going too deep into your background, that's on you. Are you influenced like that because of some of the things you do to make it look that way? Like, because I know there's particular people who go after that style. I know you, Skydro Walker does. You guys go after that cinematic, like you specifically go after that cinematic style.
Yes, sir. For me, it was I studied film at Columbia College in Chicago.
Wow.
So that's where I'm at. I did film. My first film that I worked on was props. I did on Barbershop, this film with Ice Cube.
Oh, sick.
And then from there, I kind of moved to LA for I was out there about 8 to 10 years. I started off acting, thinking I wanted to be an actor, so I did some shows and stuff like that. Then completely was like, nah, I like being behind the camera. So I switched it up, started filming a lot of behind the scenes stuff for people.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, I was out there for that time, and my daughter was here. So I came back to the Chicagoland area for her, so I could be with her. And I've been here the last 7 years till she graduated high school this year or last year and just off to school. So yeah, so for me, it was always film.
Sorry about that.
And, no, you good, brother. It's always been film. That's the goal. I'm just now getting back into it, and the photography is kind of helping me out. It helps me to see some things. I've never been excellent with lighting, so I'm learning different things, testing out angles and stuff like that. Man. And eventually, I want to, get into film. So that's it.
Wow.
So yes, sir.
You can totally see. Like, I never thought about it like that, but all this is kind of like this is even refining your skills even more. Yeah. Because it's allowing you to use these subject matters to, like you said, get your framing, get your lighting, dude, that's dope. Wow. Okay. All right, kids. Anyone out there that want to pursue that endeavor, this might be a way to go about doing it. Is because you may gain some just little refinements to your skills by doing this, because it shows, man. It shows in your work. Your work is it's always framed like a movie frame, and it's like, damn, okay. So it's because of the background. Yes, sir. That background is being applied. So I think that's the one thing, because everybody obviously has their own style. They have their own approach to this photography and doing what they do, but it's really awesome when you can see an actual like a focus, like you're headed towards this, or you're headed towards that, and stuff like that. And it's even more interesting that this is outside of this hobby for you. It's like life. That's dope.
The way I see it, man, I'd love to, go the Ryan Coogler route, direct a short film into a feature that's a little, true story, and then kind of take it from there. And next thing you know, you're making Creed and Black Panther. So for me, naturally, dream goal is to shoot a Joe film at some point in time. But you got to start, and I mean, so my feature film, I found a dude online. I read a lot of stories online. And it was this sergeant in the military, and he's pinned down. His troops were pinned in, and he kind of saved them. So it's like I want to stay along that same mindset, and then maybe branch out into like a origin story, again, a real origin story, for either a Snake Eyes or a Stalker or something like that.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Take it in that direction.
Well, hey man, nothing but kudos on that, and we want to see it happen, man.
Yes, sir. Okay.
That's dope, man. So yeah, we don't want to put too much embarrassment on it, but we have an actual professional star. We have a professional on tonight. So thank you again for joining us, because you didn't have to make time for us.
Oh no, man, I'm loving it. Like I said, this is my first one. I've seen a couple of you guys' episodes and things like that, and how much fun you all have. So I wanted to be part of it. So as soon as I was asked, I'm like, absolutely.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, we try to. Our whole thing is we just try to reach out to the community and let them know that we're here and that it's okay to just kick it and talk toys and stuff and everything and just have fun, man. Because it's like I found out for a lot of people over the COVID thing, this is very therapeutic. This collecting and doing things like this was therapy, exercise and therapy, and it helped people, to kind of get their focus while real world stuff is going on.
Absolutely.
And if we can keep that camaraderie, that community, that fellowship going, even when now people are back to their normal lives, man, that's a special thing, man, because this is like I find myself making really good bonds and really good friends, that I would be making when I was a kid, Yeah. So this is dope. This is such a great community when you let it be that.
And on that note, it's kind of like the same thing when you were a kid. You had the action figures and you look for somebody that you could play with. For me, kind of the photography is that same piece where it's like, oh, I love his style. Or that now with the collabs and things like that, I'm able to kind of bridge that gap. And it's kind of like you say, making new friends online. And like I said, in regards to your show, a lot of the guys that follow you all, I've become cool with over time. So this was just a natural fit, man. You guys are really great and talented individuals. So it was absolutely, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
That's a big part in why we do what we do. Like, especially like when we do the pick bar. You know how many times we feature somebody and people are like, you know what? I didn't even know that person was on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you get to find a whole nother world of toy photographers that you didn't even know exist just because of Instagram's algorithm. So it's like we put people out there for people to see that you're there. Like
you got me once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I got once. I think the Marshall Geek, you know, he was a guest host and he liked one of my photos. And I ended up following his page and we become really cool where it's like now I chop it up, I show him some shots ahead of time, things like that. So it's a lot of different individuals. Unhappy, I think, was on there. So it was a couple others that since then I've started following and maintain and that friendship with. So I appreciate you guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that like Bliss said, that's because when we started, like, honestly, man, it was kind of demotivating, man. Because when there was really like it was really like no man's land, and it wasn't a lot of like you're jumping into this new. You don't know how you're even supposed to approach this stuff. You know what I mean? Going back to what you said earlier, my first shots were just with my phone because I had a camera, but I was like, do I use my camera for this, or I just the phone? What am I supposed to do here? How am I even supposed to pose this thing? Just take a shot of it, or it was all, and there was no people out there going, hey, try this, or we're over here, man. We're here. We got your support. We got your back. It was really a no man's land, and I would like to hope that what we're trying to do is help that not be that way for people starting out. Because there's new accounts starting every day, and if they know that there's a spot where they can get camaraderie and see that there's a community out there waiting to embrace them, man, that's a good thing for even for your own psyche. When you're jumping into this stuff, so that's hopefully that's what we were able to achieve. It's like let's say get new people and show them, hey man, this is a good community here, man. You can get down with people like you said, collab with people you never thought you would ever collab with. See someone's style that you like, and just ask them tips, or they ask you tips. It's back and forth. It's great, man. If we let it be that way.
I had a conversation a couple days ago with the gentleman over at Behind the Plastic, Not a Burn, Not a Blame, Toy Photography, TMNT 1987, and Sequential Plastic. And you know, I told them they actually asked me a question on how do I go about reaching out to so many people when I do it, and I told them, you know, how I go about it, but I told them like the overall goal of what we do with the shows is we try to reach as many new accounts as possible, and it's hard. And I explained also like it's hard when you see an account who's starting up and they, you know, like it'll be there, but they haven't posted in months. It's like they gave up already.
Right.
And I try to reach out to them to be like people see your stuff. Wherever you're trying to go with your toy photography, it takes time. It's not an overnight thing. Like I tell the guys all the time, and the guys know, none of us would be doing this show. Like, we never thought we would be here doing this. This is not something we would like, you know what, in 2 years' time, we're going to be on YouTube. No, that's not what it was. But it's like, you know, like we try to encourage people, keep going. Like, whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to get likes are great, but just remember to have fun. Yeah. Have fun setting up, have fun taking a shot. Like, I think that's the best thing to do. Like, I set up and I'd be like, damn, I set this up. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you know, we try to reach out to as many people. It's a great feeling when we get people that are just like, wow, you guys see my stuff? Like, yes, we do. And your stuff is amazing. Like,
yeah. And I appreciate that. I mean, I've been there as well. You know, when I first started out, as you said, you take that 3-4 months off or whatever. Think because it's just like, all right, am I supposed to be doing this every day? This seems like a lot. What am I doing it for? At first, it was just the likes and things like that, and the follows and all that stuff. And be like, man, that was a great shot. Nobody saw it. Like, so you're like, well, maybe I'm over it. But then you realize, as you said, it was therapeutic. And you realize, okay, this is what helps me stay sane and non-violent throughout the course of my day. So you know what? I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna shoot something. I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. I'm gonna shoot something. And it just became a love, and I think hopefully it starts to show more in the work because you don't care about that other stuff. You just literally are just enjoying what you're doing. You're having fun, and you're like, I just love to shoot at this point. And that's kind of where I am right now. It's just I talk to a couple people, and it just inspires me every day to just keep wanting to shoot. So like you, that's why I started doing more of the collabs and stuff like that, just to help others that aren't the big names and things of that nature to just keep encouraged and keep going.
No, that's true, man. And I really hadn't thought about it until you mentioned it tonight, PM. We're kind of, in a way, each of us that's kind of taking on this stuff and making it fun, we're kind of like junior directors or something because we're setting up scenes. We're setting scenes up, for the most part.
Yep.
No, you are. It's like you got a camera, you're setting up the scene, you're the director, you're controlling the action, you tell them when to go and when to cut. So, like, hey, man, that's how I look at it. It's that's the beauty of it. Each person's vision is different. So I may see your shot and it may inspire me some way, and I may completely flip that. I'm not a Star Wars guy, sorry. As far as collecting, I've watched all the movies. Let me be specific. I've seen all the films, but I don't really collect them. But at the same time, you can look at someone's Star Wars photo and it may totally inspire you for what I'm doing in the Joe world. Now, I don't do that a whole lot, but it's like every now and again, one in that timeline comes across and it's like, oh my God, let's see if I can do that. So.
That's a good, man. That's good. And man, that's where you say it all the time, Blitz. It's like you can ask 6 people to take a shot at Darth Vader, and all 6 of them are going to come back with a different interpretation, which is dope. It's so
you can tell them the same figure, same pose, same lighting, and every photo will still be different because everybody has a unique style.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. It's a good community, man. It really is. It's just, I mean, and I love how it keeps growing and growing and growing, and you're seeing, and I a lot of the newer people that are joining, I think that I see them not joining like immediately, but I see them browsing and getting influenced and getting empowered. And then I see them when they're joining, man, their first shots are like amazing right out the gate, man. It's like awesome. It's so dope.
It's a few of those in the Joe realm, man. One of my guys I collab with all the time, it's like started after me, and it's like he's at 400 or 500 likes every photo. You're like, but dude, I'm like, don't change your style. It's killer. It's perfect. Just keep going and doing what you're doing, and you'll keep continuing to get the recognition, and it'll all come. And those are conversations that people had to have with myself. And there's some people in this group right now and watching that inspired me to keep going for other things as far as outside endeavors in toy photography, and going that route and making a name for myself to start shooting for clients. So it's all it's all relative.
It is, man. It's again, I really feel like it's a very, in some sense, it's a very underrated community, but it's also a very powerful community because there's just a lot of fellowship, man. When you really sit back and look at it, man, a lot of people connecting and really helping each other, in one way or another, man. It's dope. Like we need that. We get the kind of like that kind of marker. You guys, it's toys and stuff. They don't understand the level of actual the adulthood that's happening in this because people are like, for the most part, everybody treats each other with respect in the community. They confide in each other. They help each other. It's like a lot of good stuff going on. The outside people just see it as toys, and it's like, nah, man, it's deep. It's actually
it gives way deeper than that.
Yeah. In the chat, Complete Carnage says, I think Facebook can be discouraging to a lot of amateur photographers. I know someone who actually knew for years, and I didn't know he was into toy photography until recent. I told you guys, Merrick Toy Box. I didn't know he was a toy photographer, so I was like, Giovanni, that's you? He was like, yeah. But he invited me to a few Facebook groups, and like I don't participate in it because I don't see the sense in it, because it's more of a selling thing than anything.
Yeah.
Like where they sell figures. So that's not me. Like I'm not into that. So
Yeah.
but I've seen a lot of people try to post photos in those groups, and like some of the shit people say, like it's unnecessary. Like just if you don't like it, you don't like it. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same
like
time, what's not your cup of tea, it could be somebody else's.
The G.I. Joe Classified Elite one on Facebook is my favorite. I think that's one of the only ones I really post to occasionally. Just because it's a great group. There is no selling, there's no nothing, and it's some of my favorite photographers.
Nice.
So I just, like you say, you just want to see great photos of Joe's, and that's kind of what I'm all about. I was like, I love that part of just being able to log on either on Facebook or on the other site that I started and just kind of nitpick and just seeing everybody's stuff and be like, man, this is fascinating. But it's all in one place for me, where it's just photos, no drama, a lot of different photographies. I just want to shoot, man. That's it. I don't need to do all the politics and everything else. Literally, I want to set up my scene, shoot, and be done. Like,
So speaking of that, on average, how long does it take you to set up your scenes? What all goes into it when you're setting up?
I have no idea, man. Literally, I can't really say. My girl asks me this all the time because she's always fascinated. She'll come sit down here and watch me and just enjoy. But it's like, for me, a scene may take 5-10 minutes or so, to set up. Usually what happens is I've seen it in my sleep.
Okay.
I don't know how. I can't really explain it. I've watched a lot of movies. So like the other night, I'm watching Jack Ryan, and I'm watching the guys lift him over the fence, right? So one of the early scenes, that's all I'm going to say. Guy lifts the guy over the fence. It's like, I want to shoot that. Don't know when I'll shoot it or who I'll use as a figure, but then I'll be down here and it'll pop in my head and be like, okay, I'm going to set up a wall. And next thing you know, I've shot it.
Oh, that's dope.
So that's pretty much it. I don't know where a lot of this stuff comes from. Mostly older movies, stuff that I've seen maybe in my head, a few comic books where I've gone back through a lot of the Joe comic books and read all those. And maybe I see a scene, or on Pinterest, you see a shot, a live military. I look at a lot of live military stuff and documentary things. So, from there, and then I just come in the lab, and literally lately, setups are stupid simple. They're like nothing. I wish I was being honest. My last two photos that did really well, I set up the Batmo Beast in one, and I put two figures in front of the tire. That was it. Another one, I literally just set him on the desk and put some smoke behind it. And that's where we are at this point. I'm like, keep it simple. It works.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. So you said like you get ideas for movies, or like when you dream or you picture it. Have you ever struggled with an idea you pictured and it didn't come out the way you pictured?
What is today? Sunday?
Yeah.
I have a group shot this week with how do you say his name? Kamakura, I think his name, the G.I. Joe figure. I'm not good at Photoshop. I don't know how to erase the stands and things like that, or any of that sort of stuff. So I don't use that. But there was this shot that I saw in my head where I wanted him jumping off Snake Eye's shoulder and kicking a guy in the face.
Oh, nice.
Without stands, that's a pretty challenging shot. So, to date, that would have been my hardest one, and it was actually yesterday. And I saw it, and I was just trying to figure it out as best as possible. All the figures kept falling every single time. But I finally got it, and I just deleted it because of all this stuff for today. But I left it up overnight just because I was proud of myself. I was proud. Now, that'll be a photo that'll probably get like 10 likes, but I don't care. So that's it.
You're proud of it. As long as you're proud of it, that's what matters.
That's all that matters.
PM, that's always the case, man. It actually blows my mind. I'll put in, I'll really put in some, like, man, it took me at least 30 minutes to balance those guys off of each other somehow and shimmy that one there, and then it'll get some hits. But then I'll put one. It's just that person's face looking at you. Oh, that one gets it's like what?
It's always the simplest shots.
Yeah, it is. It's no rhyme or reason, but I think I love the setups though. So that's why no matter how they get the feedback, I keep doing them because it's fun. It's actually fun doing those setups.
And you guys have so much stuff, man. I'm like, that's the part that I hate. I'm looking at all these different guys and they have all these diodes or whatever. And it's just like, I need that. Like, how do I get more stuff? And it's just so, I'm always fascinated. Like you said, who was it, Skydro earlier? It was like, dog, man. Like, but you realize these guys have been at this for a while.
That's right.
I never knew about this. I wish I had known earlier, but I didn't. So I'm coming in behind. But man, I'm just in awe. Plastic Peach. This man has everything. You just be like, where are y'all getting all this stuff from? So I think as I continue to expand and grow, I'll have more items and things.
Yes.
But right now, I just don't have it. So I make the most out of it. You see guys like Pop Toys and Toy Lens and some of these other guys, Boneyard Collect, they use the TV screens and make it work. I have one behind me. I've used it maybe twice.
Wow.
And I struggle with that. I want to and I want to do it, but then I'm like, I don't know how to blend that and it doesn't look right to me. So I don't do it.
It's funny. It's so funny because it's like one of those things where what happens is that with this photography is like you all of us have skills. We start out with the skills. That's not even missing. It's just what happens when you're doing shots. Sometimes you will figure out something on the fly that like you didn't even think about all this time, but then you go, well, damn, that was easy. Why am I thinking of that like 17 shots ago? But it's weird how that happens sometimes. You'll figure it out and you'll be like, oh, that's how that works. But I think it's one of those things where, as they say, you write a million words and then maybe you're on your way to being a writer. You take a million shots and you're on your way. You just keep taking shots. That's all you do is just keep taking shots and shots and shots, and you end up finding your own tricks, your own ways to accomplish stuff that you didn't even think you could accomplish. And it'd be sitting right there in front of you. It's like one time I was trying to balance these figures, and I was like, well, how do I hide this and how? But I wasn't looking. It was the angle I was looking at. But then when I got up and looked at it, I was like, oh, if I just move my camera right over here, you don't even see that.
Done.
So it's like, so it wasn't that it wasn't there. It's just that I wasn't thinking of it like that. I was actually making it harder than. So
and I get that one all the time, man. Like, as Blitz said earlier, that's me. I'll start shooting something and then see something totally different, and I may scrap that shot completely and grab a couple other figures. So I go from having 2 figures on the table to like 15 because I've shot like 4 or 5 shots, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm done for the week. I'm good. Like, it just happens, man.
Yes, it does. It does. So let me ask you this: what are figures that you've seen out there that you haven't went down the rabbit hole, but they seem pretty interesting to you?
Sideshow. The Sideshow G.I. Joes, the 6, the big ones from a little ways back. For me, those are the ones that it's like I'm fighting hard to not. I'm fighting so hard. I'm like, okay, Mesco needs to hurry up so I can pay $100 instead of $300.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna go broke going backwards. So right now, that's the fight for me because there's so many figures. They're huge. I'm like, I can pose those real easy and be good. So those are the ones for me. Who
all do they have?
Everybody.
They have? Really?
Yeah, they have everybody. They're older figures, but they're the big ones. I mean, they have Dusty, Stalker, Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, Fireflies. They got the Troopers, the Desert Troopers. They literally have everybody. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I found them on like eBay or some other sites and things like that. And I really just don't want to pay Hot Toys prices, So it's like, man, if we can bring that down a little bit and I can win a few bids, I may go down that. But I'm so trying not to
win a few bids.
Hey, man, I done got
there you go.
How do you think I got all those Joes? Okay, I am Mr. Wait till 2 seconds to bid. Okay.
Yep, play the market.
It. I'm waiting till that number right at the end and bang.
Oh man,
yes sir.
You got the bids down. That's how you do it, man. Oh man. So 1/6 scale Joes. Wow. That would be okay.
That's it. Right now, that's pretty much it. Again, everything for the most part has been Joe's right now. Looking to maybe expand, but that's if the right clients come along. So if you see my page and you see something different, you already know. We working here.
We know he's working. Oh man. So okay, when you're going down, like say you're in Target or Walmart or whatever, you're going down, you just zone out all the rest of the figures. Like
I look at everything because, like I said, the one, the Agent Wu, I think you guys said. I saw him today and he just jumped right out at me. But I'm typically gearing towards those. But it was like G.I. Joe Customs. He was using the grifters to make Cobra Commanders. So you get on Amazon, you buy about 3 of those, thinking, all right, I'm gonna make some Cobra Commanders. It's like you find those figures that everybody's using. I'm getting more into the Marvels just as background characters. Yeah, because if you look at Megatron, a lot of his stuff, he has all those characters in the background, and I love his scenes. So for me, it's wanting to set up a scene and have more detail in there. Right now, I just don't have extra figures outside of the Joes that you guys know, so it doesn't feel the same as if you had some civilian looking figures. So when I'm in that aisle, I'm looking at the Samuel L. Jackson from Jurassic Park, whatever, the Hood, it's just different figures that I'm always looking and saying, what can this be used for? A lot recently was the Buzz Lightyear, the airplane, and then the little drill thing that everybody was grabbing, the Fortnite boat, things like that. The Barbie camping set, so it's like you look for whatever you can find. I mean, she's got a perfect kayak. It's pink, you paint it black, and all of a sudden you got something for outback in the in the wilderness. So
that's so right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Always looking.
Oh yeah.
That brings me another thing. So okay, so when you're looking, do you have collectible stores by you, or that you like having shops that you can go to and like, let me go grab something over there?
Nah, I have nothing near me. But there's I'm hoping it's Maz Collectibles, MAZ Collectibles on Instagram. I try to share his posts as much as possible. I'll go on his site all day long because he usually has everything from Marvel to Turtles to Transformers to G.I. Joes, and he posts every day. And when he posts, that means he has it in stock. If you can catch it while it's in stock and put in your little bid, you got it. He'll ship it right out the same day. He's in Chicago, so I use him the most in those situations. And then, like you said, if it's something I want early, I'm usually a CMD store, just because I'll pay that extra little $2-3 plus shipping, and take a chance.
We Midnight Stars, he kind of opened us up to CMD. Like, I didn't even know CMD went that deep, but I mean, I'm gonna have to start really looking at them because they get the stuff like kind of ahead of people sometimes.
Early. I had my bats a few weeks ago, so they came out with an Arctic bat, and it was like I had them weeks ago. So it was like, and I think they're just now starting to ship or something like that.
Yeah,
early,
just now starting to ship. Right,
but yeah, so I use them when I need something, right away. Robot Kingdom is a little farther, so their shipping is way more. But that one there works for me. So hope I'm not giving away too many of my secrets and y'all don't buy it. Leave me a little something. That's all I ask. So.
He was saying CMD, it's actually a brick front too. You can actually go to it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's dope, dude. That's really dope. Like that's real cool.
Yes, sir.
Because I know they get hit hard up there in Canada with like the currency exchange and stuff.
Mhm.
So he said that's why he always likes to go to because CMD for the most part it's kind of USD prices or whatever.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Like I said, it's USD prices. That extra $2-3. So I figured it's normally 24, might be 27, 28.
Yeah, that's
good.
That's good.
I mean, like I said, with as much as I've spent on these things when I was first buying figures, man, $4 is nothing. I'm good with that.
eBays and Macaris be racking it up.
Man, they crushed me. Crushed. I keep saying I'm gonna sell all these extras over here, but it's like, man, I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to build armies. So I started off with like 80 troopers, 80 Vipers. I've gotten down to around 40. Man, it's too many figures.
Yes. I remember explicitly that Baroness, man. That was the most frustrating. I must have went to like 12 targets, man. I mean, it was horrible, bro. It was so bad. And at that time, like you said, they were putting it up for like people had it for $225.
Yeah.
Okay, it was outrageous. I was like, it was serious.
The beauty of it was I was able to. That's how I got into the community through Facebook. Like Blitz said, was selling.
Oh, okay.
So it was more so because I had all these Vipers or Troopers, or I was winning these low bids on eBay.
Yes.
And I was able to trade a lot. So through trades, I was able to build up. And now, you got numerous Baronesses and all this other crap back here. And it's just like, man, that's how I really got started, was trading a lot within the community and helping people out. So yeah, it was just, that was my own store. I literally had made my own store in a sense with just, I would buy somebody's used collection and then flip it and sell it, so that was it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes, sir.
That's how you do it, man. Now let me ask you this, because we have this thing, and I know you've heard this through the community called enablers, right? Enabling them purchases. You've kind of enabled me into Destro, I'm thinking. Damn it. What Jody or Cobra do you want to see them make next? Mezco, if they make one. What's one you want to see them make next?
I don't care. I'm like, just
give
hurry
me
up.
all of them.
Just hurry up.
Just bring them a little bit faster for me. That's all. So literally, like I said, I got a guy last night. He hooked me up with 2. I mean, they're missing heads even, and I'm like, I'll take both of those. And it's like, I'll throw a head on there at this point. I'm just head sculpt. I'm like, man, I just need bodies of Mezco figures so I can actually do some scenes. I don't want to, push a Mezco product and not have more of their actual figures in that shot. So for me, it's kind of everything I do is goal building towards the future. So when I'm shooting a shot, it's mostly for that company in my head. Like I know I'm not I am. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I'm a toy photographer for companies. That's where I am. And even if I only have one client, I'm moving in that direction. So I have to tell myself I'm that. So for me, any figures that are Mezco, they can put out, and I'm gonna be just fine. Like, yeah, we good.
They are. It's and now, like I said, you've got me enabled. Like, there's a different feel to them when they get it right. When Mezco gets it right, there's like this different feel to you because it crosses that line between being a hot toy and between being one toy. It's like that perfect mixture almost, and that's what makes it. I don't know. It just makes it special, man. Like they really are able. Yeah, the
Thank
crow.
you,
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let me get you sold up. Hold on. Keep
the
it there.
crow's Mezco figure was like not touching a Mezco. Like if it was like if it was your first Mezco,
geez, dude,
that's what you want.
That's sick.
That
It's
thing
beautiful.
is so sick, dude.
I'm like, I was sold. The movement, the head. I was just like, man, this thing is just. He was phenomenal, man.
Damn the PM.
I'm like, golly, this character, the soft goods, all of it. It's just, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, they do. I mean, when they hit it out the park, they hit it out the park. because like Green said, with the problems, with some of the headaches that the Batman 89 has, once you get past that and you get him in the format that you want him in, that's an amazing figure. So it's it's something Mezco, and what I like about the Joes with them is that sometimes Mezco, I feel, overdoes its stylization, but they were right on point with the Joes. The Joes are not, they look equally as comic or, they look like comic book, or they look like the cartoon. They're right in that middle that works for a 1/12 scale figure that's got cloth goods.
It sold me, man. I didn't have a single one. So this is my first, and it will not be my last. I can guarantee you that much. I'm good. That's the hole I'm in. I'm not even worried about it at this point. I'm gone.
Don't
throw me no line. I'm not climbing up. I'm in it.
In it.
All right, yes, man. Enable City.
Yep, go get it.
Damn.
I'll collab with you when you grab one. There you go.
All right. That's a bet. I'm probably gonna do it. I'm thinking this week, man. Because I know a couple places still has them at cost, so I can just get them in hand. And I like to do. I don't mind ordering online, but I also, if I can find it in public, I mean, that's obviously the best route. And these fellas know, man. I randomly got this Star-Lord comic version of Star-Lord figure that I got. Opened that damn thing on the live, and it was because it was some windowless packaging. And it wasn't. I was like,
he ended up with Iron Man.
Yeah, that was horrible. So I get like, if I can see it in the real world, then I'm always get it over that, because it's like in fact speaking so okay, I collect Mafex, right?
Yeah.
And when you get into the Mafex level and the Mezco level, it's premium prices or whatever you want to call it. Well, luckily I had ordered 2 Nightwings, because when you order something online, you can't see it. You don't know what you're getting. One of my Nightwings has a like a scratch on the face where the paint's gone. So it's a paint. I can't even use that head. It sucks. And it's like, that's not a cheap figure. No. Come on, man. So it's like, I get to that point where, sometimes it's the best if I can find it in person, man, because you just don't. The QC, and the QC, you would think it's just Hasbro or just Todd McFarlane or whatever. It's everybody. Everybody has a QC thing. Okay. So it gets tougher and tough that they don't take more care to be more quality control on things, particularly when they start getting the premium. There's no way I should have got a they should have looked at the factory or looked at the shipment. I'm not shipping them. This is the paint's missing from me.
Nah, that happens every once in a while. I think so far for me, the line with Hasbro that did that would have been that what were the 2 ladies, Cover Girl and Zarana, the shoulder issues for the QC pieces. Yep. And then 3-0 when I bought my 1/6 Storm Shadow. He had a weak ankle, couldn't stand up. So I had to doctor that and make sure that I could pose with him. Otherwise, it's pointless. Yeah. I'm spending all this money, man. Make my stuff right.
Yeah. No, you're right. And it's one of those things where I hope that they get better at it. They need to get, because, those are silly things. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be paying that price and you get something that's like either, it should just be, it should be taken care of.
But at least it was the right figure. So hey, I don't have that issue. So I'm grateful.
True. Right. That's like I said. Get it if I can get it in person, man. That's what's up. If I can. Yeah. But that's not always the easiest thing to do. Now, Comic-Con's coming up. Do you go to any conventions?
Never been to a convention. Outside of film round, when I lived in LA, that was different. Hitting that. But otherwise, nah, I haven't been any yet. I plan on maybe hitting the Joe one next year.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the people's things from that this year, and I'm like, okay, that's where I need to be, but I'm gonna go broke. So it's like, I know, I'm like, dude, how you go there and not spend money?
Yeah.
It's like, it's automatic. So at this point, it's like, all right, I've just purchased quite a few dioramas from people, so I didn't need to spend anything extra. So it's like, oh, but that I need that. So yeah, next year that's on the agenda for me to attend a comic convention and really go wild, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like Blitz when he's at Mythic Con or Legion Con.
Oh yeah, Legion Con.
Yeah, you can't be stopped.
It gets crazy.
No. Yeah, hide it all because I'm coming. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, the Joe, like they have some cool stuff. Like I'd love to go to one of those too, just because they look like it's really fun, man. They're really doing some stuff.
Yeah, it's good. I started connecting with a lot of the companies that were there and things like that. Because that's, like I said, that's my ultimate goal, man. Is
there you go.
To shoot for different ones. So I'm trying to branch out, and it's like, hey, this is who I am. This is my style. This is my portfolio. You like it? Let's work. And
there you go.
That's just it. I've studied or I'm studying a lot more of the guys who shoot for Hasbro and things of that nature. And it's saying, okay, how do I keep my style but incorporate this lighting a little bit more? So I shoot really dark, which I love, but it ain't about what I love all the time. So yeah. So I'm just studying everything and everybody at this point, man, because I got goals.
Have you reached out to, because a lot of times when fellas want to go down that route, they can almost get instantly locked in if it's like a Kickstarter or a smaller company. Like they can already get that leverage under themselves. Have you reached out to Valaverse and any of them?
I have not with them. For me, he likes my photos usually when I shoot with just Valaverse figures.
Yes.
And I kind of struggle with that. So I'm quick to take a vest off of this one and put it on a Joe, or kind of kit bash and custom. So I'll add some gridiron weapons. I mean, and I don't think that's a piece. Right. But I'm like, but I love gridiron. I'm an ambassador for gridiron. So
you are? Oh, dope.
Yeah, that just happened last week. So shout out to gridiron. So I've always used them since day one because I like the realistic feel. And I just took it from there. So when you start crossing that brand, even though it's weapons, he makes a weapons bin. So it was and at this point now, I'm like, I'm good on the weapon piece, but the figures, I love his stuff. I love what he's got coming. So I'm gonna continue to shoot when they do have a new figure, just that figure. But yeah, right now I'm just, man, I'm enjoying it, and I shoot what people send me. If that's where it's at, and you send me a case of it, I'm gonna shoot it.
That's right. No, gridiron. I second on that gridiron, man. Like, cause I've got a couple things from them, and I loved it. I shout out, to them because they took a good hot shit on Hasbro with Roadblock, man, because they released the mod Deuce that was supposed to come with him.
Yeah,
and it's one of my favorite accessories, man. I love it.
I honestly think that they triggered a lot of the weaponry for Hasbro and the G.I. Joe line. I think they came so hard that you had to take notice and be like, man, listen, we got to upgrade because this guy's making a killing. And, with companies like that, it's about the bottom dollar. And they're missing out on too much money. So they're like, well, if we upgrade the weapons, we could probably sell more figures. So, next thing you know, Hasbro and all these Joes have more current weapons.
They do.
And, it looks good on both, but I'm still always upgrading because, like, right now they made a bunker. Like, dude, come on, who's making a bunker? So it makes it feel like when you were a kid for real, and you got the extra little accessories to go with it.
That's right.
Like, let's do this.
Oh, I know for a fact that the Gridiron's their kit out for Firefly. It made Hasbro. I'm gonna have to release another Firefly. I know exactly why they did that. Like they saw that kit out. because that kit out that Gridiron made was so dope. All you basically had to do was just buy a pretty much a blank Valaverse dude, and then you could have Firefly right there. Exactly.
And it was beautiful, and it changed the whole figure completely. And then Gridiron was smart and said, "Well, shoot, let's use it on Alpine."
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, Alpine looked fire, and you're like, "Man, listen, stop playing with me." Hasbro is tripping. So when they gonna flip it, like you said, and make the money.
Yeah. So no, I'm great because I picked up my Indiana Jones, immediately got the Gridiron thing for him and dumped that other stuff. And it's like now I'm saying, oh wait a second, Mezco's like, we gotta release something because they're making Hasbro dudes with Gridiron into the Ultimate Indiana Jones. Let's go ahead and release Indiana Jones.
Man, and they finna crush it. So it's like, dang. So now you're grabbing Indiana Jones, though I don't need an Indiana Jones, but his head sculpt is gonna make a darn good Mezco Joe. So let's go. Shoot.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So no, we say this all the time, man. We love the fact that it feels like it's a golden age in the community because of people like Gridiron, Kickstarters, and different things popping up that allow you to have so many options. Like it's awesome, man. Like one of our homies, he's in the chat, 88 Figs. He did some shots for Almighty Legends, right? And so that's coming, and it's like that's a whole nother line that's just dope as hell. And it's like it gives what it's awesome about it is it gives people an opportunity to really manage their budget if they want to.
Yeah.
Like because they don't have to be forced into just buying this if that's not, because some people buy stuff because they want to have figures, they want to have some, but they're forced like the only thing out is this. But when you've got this growth in the community of all these different all these different ways to accessorize, you can actually lean towards what you want, and you're not just buying something just because you want to have figures, but you didn't really care about DC. You know what I mean? So it's awesome, man. I really like the community now, where it's headed.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. Like I said, and we're from that generation where them Joes just started. So, like you said, it's the nostalgia piece with it, man. So, and you're building, and the only thing I think with the Joe line is make a good movie. They make one good movie, their whole line, the video games and the films. They do those, it's over. It's like until
they just can't get the movies right, though.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
It's like one of the easiest IPs out there, to be honest.
You know what it is? Is that is like, and this is with every comic book. Well, I won't say every. For the most part, comic books, cartoons, when they try to turn them into the movies, like I always say, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yep.
Everybody tries to put their spin on what they think it should be. When you have a fan base like who either read the comics, watched the cartoons, watched, whatever it was, played the video games, like follow what it is. What's that?
Yeah, it'd be so easy. Like these characters.
It should have been that period. Like,
let's see here. Hold on. Yep. Hold that up again. Let me get you solo. Give me a second.
Like, you know how easy it would be just to follow a comic to a T?
Yeah,
so simple, man.
It's too easy characters. Easy characters to make, man. It's really like that entire Joe team, the whole unit is just so easy to make. And I don't it's like I get them wanting to, like, don't get me wrong, I get diversity, I get being inclusive, I get, but the actual Joe team is already that way. That's already actually that way.
Absolutely.
It's already that way. I mean, you, like, if they showed it, like, I would have flipped lids if the Snake Eyes movie would have started with Tommy being Tommy, who he is in the comic books, Snake Eyes being who he is in the comic books, and Stalker being who he is in the comic books. Yeah. And they would show the three of them going through their thing, and then how Snake Eye got injured, and then how he went to Storm Shadow's clan to get, injured. Like, because the whole purpose with Snake Eyes being the ethnic that he was is that he's a fish out of water.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of him being that way and him joining the Shaki clan. He's supposed to be out fish out of water, but at the same time, that's what made it appealing. But that's also why you had different characters. Like you have Mutt, or you have Stalker, you have Alpine, you have
simple.
You have Duke, you have it's already there. All you had to do was just find actors that closely resemble those characters in comic books, and you got your movie.
That's it.
And just follow it. All they got to do is follow it. Look, there's a show me and my wife watch. Is a cooking show. It's called Beat Bobby Flay. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or seen it, right? And the way it works is, the winner is two people that compete against each other, and then the winner faces Bobby Flay, and Bobby Flay has to cook the person that won that round's signature dish, and Bobby Flay always fucking wins, and this is why he wins, because the person who has the signature dish, let's say it's French toast, they want to do some extravagant shit with the French toast, and then they lose. And what did Bobby Flay do? He made fucking French toast.
Followed the
he
recipe.
Kept it simple. Yeah, he followed the recipe. Kept it simple. Like, that's what they need to do with movies when it comes to video games, comic books, cartoons. Just follow it. It's so simple.
Listen. You see John Wick, right? John Wick 4 had, I think he said, 300 something words in the whole movie?
Right, pretty much.
I don't have to act. I'm here for the action. You don't have to say a whole lot. I literally have 300 something words. He cut out all this dialogue. Boom, you got an action movie. It's but it's a franchise that continues to go. Joe could be the same thing, and you can keep building off one or the other if you say follow the script that's already been written for you. But you got so many people trying to spin this and that, and it's like, dude, this stuff is legendary already. Just
it is. It's already there. It only, because you're right. You're absolutely right about John Wick. John Wick is an original creative. It's working from scratch. And yet it's made a world building that's outrageous now at this point. And it's like, Joe's been around for decades. It's like so easy. All you have to do is just pick it up.
I say even the Expendables, however you say it, Expendables.
Yes.
You look at that movie, and that's basically G.I. Joe.
It pretty much is. Yeah.
You take each character there, and he keeps building and adding new characters and some other stuff. You literally have G.I. Joe mission type movie with all these different characters. Just follow their scripts. The
lore is there. Like,
it is. It's already
if you get a producer who's gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna make a new Star Wars movie.
Come on, man.
And they announced the producer, and he's like, but I didn't see episode 1, 2, and 3. So who's this guy? And then he just makes up like a guy doing something that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's like, just fucking stick to the script.
The
lore is there.
The key ingredient is you have to have a director or somebody involved with the production who loves the lore, who loves the source material. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like a cash grab, like the G.I. Joe movies that we got.
Yeah.
I would love to see the people who are doing Transformers now do it, because that last Transformer movie that just came out, that was Transformers, man. That was that was Transformers. And the previous one, Bumblebee, that came out before it, that was Transformers.
Yeah.
Like that's and that's Hasbro. When you watch the movie, it's got this big old logo that comes up that says Hasbro. It's like it's their property. They know what they're doing, so just do it.
The movie's been out for a while, people. I don't know if you've seen it.
You're gonna give the spoiler? Give the spoiler?
Yeah, I'm about to give the spoiler, but I haven't seen it. I won't say it.
Dude, it's been out long enough.
Go for it.
I'll just say they teased it. They teased Transformers cross G.I. Joe at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
sure did.
It's and if they play it right, it can be an amazing movie.
It could be super badass, man. It could be super badass.
Just don't change what's already there.
Even if you filtered it and changed it and went in the direction of a cross where you just split them up. Like you started with the action figure, you bring some of them into the next Transformer film, and then you let them branch off into their own film.
Right.
You've already established the characters, and now you're able to build off of that piece. So
it'd be so easy. I hope they do it, man, and I hope that teaser that they did give at the end is indication that this unit, this team that's working on Transformers may get a chance to work on Joe.
Yeah.
Because if they do, I think they're going to do it right.
It'll be fun.
I think they're gonna.
He's
This is the only good movie. The
hoping
only
to do it
good
right.
movie the Black did was the Rundown. Rundown was pretty dope. Like, Rundown was dope. It was dope. But,
The Tooth Fairy was his best movie. The Tooth Fairy was his best movie.
But he's not Roadblock.
No.
I watched The Rise of Cobra for the first time this past week.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Plastic feet. Oh man!
It makes you understand why you waited so long.
Oh my god! That's how I felt with Snake Eyes. As much as I really loved the character and wanted to see the movie, I couldn't at first for the longest. And then I watched it. It was just like, why?
Me too.
Why?
It was either on Showtime or something that I finally watched it because I couldn't go to the theater.
I couldn't. And that's sad because I love going that first night and being in the theater, before it even really releases, and you don't have to hear the spoilers. I just couldn't.
I couldn't either. I couldn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't because when I saw it on Showtime, I was like, what? What is this? It's like the only thing they got right in that film was potentially Samara Weaving, who played Scarlet, because she looked like Scarlet. She looked exactly like Scarlet, but that was it. That was the only thing that was accurate.
Samurai Chris said he fell asleep halfway through Snake Eyes.
Man,
yeah, I'm
like twice. Halfway, I'd gone twice, man. I'm like, yeah.
I don't even call it Snake Eyes. I just call it Snake because they snaked us, man. Snake oil.
I don't know what that was.
It was ridiculous.
No clue.
No, but it's like, I hope that, because you're absolutely right, PM, they have the product there. And the product's strong right now. Joe's are strong right now.
Yeah.
If they follow, like, that's unlike, because a lot of toys run into that problem. It's happened throughout the years. The film will be out or whatever, but they don't have the product out to booster it. So by the time they get the product out, people are like, I don't care about it. Or it's they have the product out, but the film is bad, right? So it's like sometimes but right now the Joe stuff is really hot. Obviously based on the HasLabs that keep on funding because that team gets what they're doing. But this would be the time to strike while the iron's hot. Get a film out, get something out there, and then you can just roll the product. They could, if they really wanted to, they wouldn't even have to actually make new figures. They could just make the movie around the figures out, but just re-release them.
Yeah, you make the figures, you make that Transformer G.I. Joe video game, and all of a sudden you gone.
Yeah, they're off and running. So we'll see. But I hope they do it, and I hope it, because it feels like if that were to happen, it feels like it might be something that the Joe team brings to the board or something. They're like, hey, have you ever thought about making another film, or making something really? Because I feel like one thing I give kudos to that Joe team is that they learn, right? They keep learning. They don't like they're not so feet planted to the ground where, oh no, I'm doing it this way and I'm only doing it this. It's like, just like you said earlier, they saw the other companies come and said, oh man, we got to go ahead and do this. What are we waiting on? So it's like they realize that even if they're playing catch up sometimes, it's okay to play catch up as long as you're learning and you're growing.
Mm-hmm. And they have so many characters that it's like, dude, we can put out whatever, and if we mess up, we gonna fix it. And then you start hearing the characters you ain't never heard of and be like, I may pass on that, but they're watching that too. Who passes, who buys, and it's just constantly creating right now. And I think that was the rush in them starting to put out so many, because at first it was a slow little trickle. And I know the pandemic had a lot to do with that, but then once it was over, it's like boom, boom, boom. We're gonna release 6, 7, 8 at a time, and you're gonna buy them all or most of them, and we're gonna keep going. And while you're thinking this is one's coming, here comes a new one that we just threw at you. So they're keeping you on your toes for sure.
They're on it, man. I really, honestly, I wish that they would give those guys. I mean, it'd probably be too much for them to handle, but I wish they'd give those guys the brand of Star Wars and Marvel. Because I feel like I feel like their methods to approaching it and listening to the feedback of their customers would work and help those brands grow even more, because it seems like the Star Wars and the Marvel brand are they're old enough that they don't nobody can tell them that.
Yeah,
like, we're going to do it the way we want to do it. It's like that.
How we've always done it.
Exactly, and that's not that don't. When you've got all these third parties and all these stuff coming out, you gotta like I guarantee you the Hasbro Joe team is ramping it up because they know Mezco's coming with the goods. They're not stupid. They see Mezco, so it's like we better do what we can do while we can get the money we can get. So let's get out.
The only problem is that by the time Mezco releases one Joe figure, Hasbro would have already released 15 for repaint.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You understand? Like, so Mezco, if Mezco wants to win that battle, they have to pump out a little quicker. But I get it. It takes time to release close to or perfection.
Right.
But Hasbro's like, I'm going to give you 9 repaints of fucking gun holes.
Yep.
And sadly, I'm going to buy all
bodies.
Sadly, I'll buy all of them. Damn.
You know what Hasbro's gonna do? They're gonna come out with like imperfection face sculpts. They're gonna be like, get sad face gung ho with this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point now. I just take the Star Wars figures if I like a head, and I just buy them just for that, so I can use the head on Joe's. So
there you go.
That's just where I am at this point, man.
Oh man, Peeps got a good one right here. A Joe show would be dope too. Because you could.
Oh, that could work.
That's seasons after seasons, right there. Because there's so many characters you could. Oh my god, that'd be dope, Peeps. That's a good one.
That's what is it? Secret Invasion, Jack Ryan, all of them combined.
Yeah.
Terminal List, all of them. Just make it along that line and a little more serious. That's probably a pretty dope
perfect,
show.
Man.
I'd watch it.
Same here, and it would.
I think that's a good idea. A show would be much better than a movie because you're never gonna get a movie right because you're gonna try to put your own spin, but not only that, you're gonna try to cramp so much within 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and it's not
the Joe world is just so big. Like you'd have to go to TV show.
Yeah.
For it to flesh
that would
out
be dope.
Everything properly. Yeah.
Like I mean, that's why the cartoon worked.
I need you to spark something, so now my mind is going. So it's like, yeah, never thought of that one. So yeah.
So real quick.
Yes, sir.
Who are your top 4? Who are your top 5 favorite Joes? Joe's
Stalker.
Okay.
Let's see. Rock and Roll. Snake Eyes.
Okay.
Outback.
Okay.
Gotta go probably Beachhead at that point. 4 or 5, somewhere in that vicinity.
So you've got your 5 favorite Joes already now.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I can roll with them. It's like, so for me, most of them have that direct military feel. So I can put them in just about any battle and they'll work. Snake Eyes naturally is himself, so you still can do him anywhere with ninjas, without ninjas, and he just works. The rest of these guys, I'm good with whoever comes. You know, you grab a couple of torpedoes and make a SEAL team. You know, Bazooka and some of the other ones. It's just like, man, it's so many. I'm in heaven. I'm good.
Okay, who's your top 5 Cobra?
Destro, naturally.
Okay.
Let's see. Hooded Cobra Commander.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I know they don't have that one and they don't plan on it per se.
Mezco will probably do it.
Yeah, absolutely. They gonna make that money because they know you gonna buy it. Zartan, Blood, and I don't have Scrap Iron yet. I'm excited to see him.
Oh, Scrap Iron, that's a good one. Scrap Iron was one of my favorites. I like
yeah. I'm excited about him, but I mean, I gotta go naturally Firefly as my 5th.
Okay, Firefly's your 5th. Okay.
I have so many different versions of him right now. Some I haven't even shot yet. It's just like like you said, I was ordering the vest that they just released, the little cross strap. I got that from I think it was Mark to Design. Maybe I think
Mark to Design. That's
right. He had made it a while back, I think, and I grabbed that. I said that's the guy. You can alternate him in and out of different uniforms and just kind of make him work. So but again, here come Mezco, so that's gonna mess that up. So we gonna see what they got.
got another question about your favorite from Peeps.
The one I don't have yet, the retro. Other than that, I mean,
nice.
I have the smaller version of it, and I love that figure. I love everything about it, and I'm trying to take pieces of the different Snake Eyes to combine them.
Okay.
But I'm just ready for that figure to land at the freaking Walmart so I can have it in hand, because that's the one I don't have, and I'm excited. The Commandos, I use them a lot in different missions. You take the vest off, put on a Valverse black vest, and all of a sudden, you know, they're a whole night ops team. You know, so it's like he's dope. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the original one, number one, the first one, just because of the flexibility. With him not having the vest and things like that, you get into some pretty intense poses. And it, you know, everything is there. Once they add the different gear and the, you know, the scarves and things of that nature, it becomes sort of challenging to maneuver them a little bit. So with that piece, I just kind of enjoy the old one, the original, so that way I can make them do what I need them to do.
Do you think they'll ever release? Do you think they'll ever release, like, I guess it'd be version 2 of him, like super scaled back, but where he's got like the ankle cuffs and the, you know, the ankle pouches and stuff, like the old right out there? Do you think they'll release a retro version of him ever?
I do, actually. I think that they're gonna milk Snake Eyes to death. It's like, I think there's so many versions that you're gonna see. You're gonna see the Dead Game and all that. It's just like they're gonna keep coming with them, and it's like, okay.
He's a cornerstone. He's kind of like Iron Man and Spider-Man to the joke. Like, he's the cornerstone guy.
You know him instantly, and that's it. That's why he was the first one to get his own movie. And I think that literally when you look at it, it's going to be every single version that they have. Again, GI Customs, he's done so many that I think that they're watching all of our pages at this point. They understand who's doing what, and they're like, oh my God, this one's getting a lot of feedback, that one, and they're just looking at different versions and saying, okay, when can we put this in what phase? Kind of like Marvel had all the phases for a while. It's like that's I think what Joe does, and they're saying, all right, in this phase we'll do that one and that one here, and we're just gonna keep giving us Snake Eyes. You just got another one that's popping up now, so it's like almost every phase that they have, you're gonna see a new Snake Eyes coming.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. He says, boy, 9-2 the old school Commando. Yeah, I can't wait to get it's kind of ridiculous that Snake Eyes came out of Walmart. I don't get that. He's such a mainline figure. I don't know why he came out of Walmart.
I'm ready for it. You know, I know I got a lot of people got theirs this week. You know, I'm just like, all right, so mine eventually it will come.
Is he supposed to be posting to come soon this week?
Listen, I stopped researching all that stuff. I stopped really going into all the pre-orders and everything like that because I just get upset. So I just wait until I see it, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grab that now. If you have it in your store, I'm buying it. I'll pay that price, but I'm done with the whole pre-order thing and all that. Just when I see you have one, I'm grabbing it. There you go.
Don't do like I did. I got so pissed off at Walmart with the retro Storm Shadow. I just went on eBay, man. I did an AB. And I got
AB special.
AB special. I might do that with retro Snake Eyes too, because it pisses me off, man.
You're itching to get it.
Yes. So I might do that. I don't know. This is pissing me off. All those retros are Walmart. Peeps. All the retro ones are Walmart. And it's a shame. I ended up buying like extras of Lady J and Baroness at one Walmart because they're like $2 a piece. They had so many of them. Sitting there. So
and they just sit in the case somewhere, just chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling. So I was like, $2, I'll buy it.
And that's when you have a whole female army, and then once Valaverse started making the female vests, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take these Lady J's and you guys go out and grab all those.
Make me go back to that Walmart, PM.
Man, I'm telling you, take the vests and put a new head on each one of them and have her a little group. You know,
now I'm gonna go back to that damn Walmart. I'll do it on the live like AB.
Yeah, I was about to say, go down.
There we
Gotta go
go.
down.
Go to Walmart, get these $2 Baronesses. So, yeah, man, it's
Grab me a couple.
grab you a couple. I said, here's some Baronesses for you. Oh man, no, that's it's. I think that probably even though he's probably not like that much, I am looking forward to what Hasbro does with version 4 of Snake Eyes. He got like the blue arms and stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that one. Because if they released, was it Nunchuck?
Yeah.
So that means he's coming. Because weren't those guys like the Ninja Force or some shit?
Once you released him and you got Shadow Tracker and all these other guys coming, it's like, oh, you opened up to all the possibilities at this point. So let's just go.
Yeah. Then they're gonna do those. What are the Eco Warriors? Oh my god! Yeah, I hope they don't do.
Hey, some things they can keep.
Yeah,
like you said with AB, he just hand picks one figure from that. That may be me at that point. So
right. Hey, Peep says I just took the hands from my extra Shang-Chi and put them with classified Storm Shadow just to get. Oh yeah, that works. That works. Which reminds me, Quick Kick needs to come out at some point too. I hope.
Yeah, I made one of him. I still had it. Yeah. Again, kind of with what Peeps was saying.
What you got? Let's see. Hold on. Hold them up there. Hold them up there. Keep them up there. Oh, sick.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yes.
So I went a little more modern.
Yes, because that's probably what they're gonna do. To be honest, I can see them going. I mean, it's classified. So they'll do them more.
Using those hands for the Joes just works.
Exactly. I'm hoping that they start releasing them with more hands and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really think that the way Mezco pushed them, it's coming. So I think that you'll start seeing it, making it easier for when you put the hand on the shoulder or just hold the gun, period. I think they're about to start going in that direction. Yeah,
because Slaughter came with a bunch of extra hands. So they're able to do it. It's just they haven't figured out. But Samurai Chris says, my artifacts came today. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, it's one of those things where Peep says that looks good, that quick hit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So do you do a lot of kit bashing, do you feel? Or is it something that you just, I'll do a couple of them, but I don't really want to go too far.
I do a few. I like to just pop heads and things of that nature, or along those lines, maybe paint some stuff up. For the most part, that's just kind of where it is. One of my first ones that I did, I got from his name is long, Beastman 19 something on Instagram, but he's a heavy customizer, so he started giving me some tips and things like that. So I painted like a whole little special group. So I did Bazooka, Stalker, Duke, Spirit, a bunch of them, and then that's just kind of the end of that for the most part. I had the group already done, so I didn't have to worry about it too much.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So so I learned how to paint just a little bit, and that was about it. After that, it's more so just light weathering and things of that nature, and just kind of it worked.
I hate painting.
That's what I was about to say. These fellas. These fellas be painting. AB paints, Blitz paints. He says he hates painting, but he always comes with some training that's just outrageous.
Some of you guys are so freaking talented, man. I just sit back and I admire it, and I'm like, I'm not on that level, and I realized that with that first bit, so I'm just like, I'm good. I'll leave it to the professionals, man.
Oh man, no, he brings it down. He hooks it up, man.
I let it go.
Yeah, it's
I hate painting.
Now, before we wind down,
yes, sir.
I had another question.
Grab the few for you.
What are you?
Oh, nice.
Let's see what you got. Hold on, hold them up, keep them there. That there.
Oh,
Oh, sick.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Damn,
Yo,
you really made them a whole new team.
Yeah.
I don't need those in my collection. I don't know.
He says, I do a little, I do a little painting, and he's completely transformed.
That was the only ones, man. That's the only set. After that, I was done.
That one's badass. That one's dope, man.
That looks amazing.
It does, man. Damn. I do a little painting. Whatever, man.
That was it. That was the only time. One time.
Yeah,
that's sick, dope. Man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
That's dope. What is the what would be a diorama that you would like to see if you were going to go to purchase a diorama? What would you be looking for to blend in with your Joe collection?
Honestly, any command base, man. Just like I like those, but at the same time, I want to say it's Lionheart dioramas, I believe it is. I think he's about to be done. He said he was about to be done. He's not doing any more commissions, wants to take time with family, but I believe he had one where it was a really gritty street. Everything was blown out and all that sort of stuff. And that's just kind of where it is. My actual diorama that I prefer to have is actually being made right now.
Oh, wow.
42 Forever 7, I want to say is his name. He does some of my ones that I have. It is a 3-story building and then has some other stuff kind of going along with it. Oh man, it's blown up. You know, you got the dirt and debris and all the different wires hanging and all that sort of stuff from the other buildings. So I want kind of that gritty alleyway where you're stuck in a real life Black Hawk Down feel.
Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to have it set so I don't have to move it and it's just permanent and I can just go. But it's so many pieces that you can take this piece, move it over here, and just have a whole different setup. And it's just like I want to be able to shoot wide angle instead of just so much tight. So I'm ready for that, and it doesn't have to be anything that serious, unless it's a flag. If you're making a flag, then that's HasLab, and I'm gonna have to buy that for $1,000. So
exactly,
yeah,
it'll be a coffee table basically.
Man, it is the table, okay?
Dinner table, yeah. You just eat off of it. So how soon is that coming to you?
Don't know. I try not to rush these guys when they're doing their thing. Because like with him, he had what I thought was a done piece and it looked amazing. And he was like, I just want to add this and I want to add. I'm like, take your time. I'm going to be shooting for a while and I'm not going anywhere. So when it's ready, it's ready. So all of my guys that I have doing that, Jedi John Singer, he makes a couple of them for me. And I mean, he crushes with the open windows and just the bigness of it. So I just let these guys do what they do. And then when they make it, I'm good. So
that's so dope.
They hook me up.
Wow. That's exciting, man. Because so do you tell them, hey man, I want a battle scene looking dioramas, that's dope.
I'm huge on that and finding as many images as humanly possible, so I can give them ideas, but I don't really like to show them too much because I don't want them following that idea per se. I want them to see what they can create.
That's right.
So it's kind of like when Blitz was saying earlier, if I give you the same lights, the same Darth Vader and everything like that, how many people all 6 show differently? So by me not showing them the pictures that I've seen, I can tell them and then let them create it the way that they see fit. But I love the battle scenes. I love going out and blowing stuff up, so it's just, I want that atmosphere.
Yes. Oh man, that's going to be sick, man. I can't wait to see that. That's dope.
Appreciate it.
I never thought about like going down that route because a lot of times the dials, most dials you see are like they're not in distress, and that's dope. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's a really great idea to get people pushing. And I'm pretty sure he's having a blast with it.
Oh yeah, he says his wife isn't happy because I think it's taking up a nice portion of the dining room table, but he's loving it. So you guys, like I said, it just I love every bit. And he does them so thin. He does the thin ones, not the thicker kind. So it's just a lot of little pieces, and it helps me when I'm staging because I don't have a whole lot of space.
That's right.
So that's it.
AC seconds. He says modular stuff is the way. So it's modular and you move around.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope, man. Man, that is really dope. Well, yeah, we ain't gonna take up your whole night. We're just kicking back and doing one thing. Like usually we open some, but I don't think any of us has anything to open.
I opened
Well, I didn't
everything.
know for sure. That's what I was told I had to do. So I brought some stuff
You
from.
got some? Yes.
Hey,
What
hey,
is it?
well, I got something too. So
Okay.
Same here too.
We'll start.
What,
With
Avi? You got something?
Yeah. I know, huh?
Holy shit, man!
It's raining.
So for me, I got a lot of little things here from Diamond Select Toys.
Okay.
You know, so
okay.
they kind of are one of my first clients here that I've been working with.
Yes.
So naturally, when they hook you up, it's like going to be G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's
Nice.
sick, dude.
That's
And we have the mini mates.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's dope.
So this is the Ninja Group with Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Storm Shadow, and Dr. Jones.
Yep.
You see him up there in the corner.
That's
And then they
dope.
have so many other ones, you know, so it's just like, all right, bet.
Oh, those are. I didn't even know they made those. What the hell?
Oh,
So these are the Cobra
That's
ones
it.
here. You're finding something new every day.
Yeah. How the hell? I didn't know mini mates made Joe stuff. Get the hell out of here.
So I almost didn't want to ruin them, but I saved these just for you so I can open up anything. But the main one that I wanted to open from them for you guys.
Okay. Oh, sick.
Oh, yo.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
So here we go.
Man, I didn't even know they made that shit, man. Damn. Out the loop.
All right. So I've already shot a couple of these here for them, and we had the Snake Eyes one. We've got the Baroness. But again, having Mezco and everything else, I just wanted to make sure that we brought this boy out.
Yeah. Destro, Destro's a good. He's one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Because he's different.
Got his little missile kind of similar to the Mezco piece.
Oh, that's sick.
Wow.
That's
That's
dope,
cool.
dude.
That's clean.
That's really dope.
That's
Damn, I can't get into. I can't do stats, man. That's too much. I can't go down that rabbit hole. Can't do it.
Again, that's what I said. The same thing. I shot the Baroness. So if you check the site, we got his companion,
Oh, that's dope.
nice.
Oh, dang.
and that was one of my shots. I think last week or
Yes, it
so.
was. That's dope, dude. Like, shit, man. Damn, those are dope.
Put them together and be like, yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah,
Sick.
That's dope.
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
We're gonna be waiting for that picture.
Yes,
statues,
sir.
There
it's
we are.
coming.
statues are amazing. I just can't do it, man. I can't get because that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Like you gotta up you have to up your display area and everything when you get to the statue, man.
Well, that's the beauty of it. I didn't use one. I had for the Baroness, I did a little piece with one of the 42 Forever 7. I had a little wall in the background, and that was kind of it. So for like this one, my game plan
Okay.
is, I don't know if you guys can see this table here.
Hold on a second. There we go.
So this is my space. That's all I got. I literally would put Destro somewhere like that,
Yeah.
kind of set him up, and then just let me see here. And that's it.
Nice.
That's dope.
If you really get creative, you light it, put something behind them with a little metal or something like that. Again, had a light bounce off of it, and boom.
Ooh.
Dope, dude.
I'm done. That's my shot.
Oh man. Yes.
That's sick. That's cool.
Oh, yes, man. See, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, man. People show you something, and you see something, you're like, "What the fuck am I doing that?" That's
Nah,
dope.
man, I figured that out a long time ago. I love smoke in all my shots. So,
Yes.
like I said, if I'm in the house, I'll use the smoke machine and light some sparklers. But when I'm out, I'll use those crackle bombs. And
Right.
but I just love having that part. And yeah, it makes a world of difference in my shots.
Yes, I see it, man. This is dope, dude. Next level. Man, that's dope. That's dope.
That's sick.
What do you got, Green, to open?
So this was an enabling purchase. We were talking after I did my Behind the Plastic episode, talking to a TMNT 1987, and he was showing off a few things that he got. And so after he showed it off, I had to pick up the Foot Soldier.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh,
Just because of all of the shit that this guy comes with. Like,
oh,
you
the
can, yeah, you can pretty much make like 3 different figures with just this one guy.
Oh, damn.
Comes with like a soft goods cloak,
What?
all that shit. And I told Jay, I was like, I don't do the as far as turtles, I don't do the Mirage line or the Toon line because it's too much. I can't go down the rabbit hole.
You go down that hole.
And yeah,
Uh-oh.
Start.
we'll see where that goes.
Purchasing a start. Begin the purchase.
Hold on.
Rico says, dude, what is this?
All right, so first off, just take a look at this tray. Like,
Holy shit. Are you
Wow.
serious?
Oh, gang man, load stuff.
Wow.
yeah,
Dude.
fully
Okay,
loaded.
NECA. All right, NECA. I see you. Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
and
yeah.
then there's the figure,
And it still
Yeah.
got accessories on
Oh, and it
that
still has
part.
more stuff on that
Yep.
side.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
swords, a
That's like
machine
SHL
gun,
or something.
and the soft goods cloak.
Dude, wait a
Wow.
minute. Like, let me throw you down. How much was that?
Yeah.
It was 40.
That ain't bad.
That's
to
it?
All that for
Yeah.
all of that, fully painted because Nesco don't skimp on paint. They painted all of it.
Dang.
NECA does the
Sorry, I have to cut like 10 of these little zip ties.
Okay, all right. Another
They're making
morning.
sure it's secure.
Yeah, they seen
Right.
Toy Story. They seen Toy Story.
Yeah.
Neighbor City, man. First you got PM with Destros. Now you got Green with Blitz.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that.
Neighbor
Appreciate
City.
this rabbit hole I'm about to go down.
Damn, man. All right, I need some foot soldiers because I got the turtles. Got the boys.
Yeah, he's
Right out the box. It's real smooth. Shit.
oh shit. So that's interesting. There is no app crunch.
Oh.
Like he can spin,
Pretty set.
but yeah, there's nothing in here, which is very interesting.
But he almost does full split. That's great.
Yeah, like
Damn. Okay. That's better than Spider-Man.
right?
All right, Hasbro. Let's figure it out.
And double jointed elbows. Let's see this cloak.
It doesn't even comes with soft goods. Okay, man. Whatever. There's a spreader and a foot soldier box coming soon. Okay.
I definitely
Oh.
can't go down
Oh,
this
shit.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's too many holes, man. You guys got me.
Right?
Oh, okay. Anthony's Custom. I watch his movies. I'm going to have to check it out, man. 'Cause that's dope.
All right, hold up. How the
You can
hell?
do the famous peekaboo pose. Yeah, I'm ready for that, man. That's damn it. Because I got the turtles, I got the brothers, so shit.
And this is
I ain't
dangerous
got
because
nothing
this
to
is
open, but I got stuff I could show that I've made.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go. Hold up. All right. Almost there, guys.
That's dope, dude. I thought when I saw the little promo or whatever you call it, I thought it pretty basic figure. I didn't know it came with all those accessories and software.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I kind of want that Splinter too.
I picked up Splinter because I had the brothers. I can't. We had to have that father.
Hold on. It comes with this little belt.
Damn. Okay, that's next level. All right, NECA, whenever they do what they do, it's usually pretty solid.
Yeah.
And fully painted. Okay.
Pretty dope.
All right. Yeah, that's
He's sick, yeah. I'm gonna put him with Wolverine claws.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Damn, man. Huh. NECA,
Oh shit!
NECA
Hold up.
wins the award for creakiest figures. Yeah, they are creaky.
Mhm.
Like them turtles be creaking all day, man. I think it's whatever their name is. Shoot,
All right, this is cool.
what you got? Oh, it's real metal chain. Okay, all right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. Okay. All right. Guys. Doing your
Do
thing.
it.
Yes.
Do it.
So you know I have to get like 3 more of these now, right?
You're gonna have to. I mean,
Damn it.
damn. Okay.
Better yeah than me, because I like sleeping in my bed. I don't want my wife to kick me.
I have no one to yell at me except myself.
There you go.
So.
Damn, man, a real metal chain. Okay.
He looks dope. That's it.
Just they maximizing that price. You getting what you pay for.
Mhm.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with it. That's where it's supposed to be. Good. All right.
Yeah. And like, I know he like looks like cartoony and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Well, yeah,
if you work the lighting right, you can fit him in with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
His little bathrobe going to the sauna for the big fight.
I gotta get my foot tan.
Going to a bathhouse.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done,
That's
Nick.
cool. So AB, so you got what you
I'm
got.
shocked. I'm shocked.
I actually got.
AB usually opens everything he has.
You know what's crazy? I still even opened up Anya yet. I haven't opened up her.
All
I
right, now
actually purchased. I was able to find Knoxville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Got that.
And then
Knox.
I got
yes, it's guys.
Dope.
Yes.
able to find him. And then, are we still gonna do that one thing today, or are we gonna save that?
It's up to you, bro. It's you. If you want to, yeah, definitely.
Oh, we could do that. And then, so me and the brothers here on the Big Bar wanted to go ahead and, well, Lazy Boys on Lazy Boy Sunday. We're gonna go ahead and give this out to one of you guys
There
watching
you
today.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we wanting to do it?
So we could do like I guess everybody could just comment that's in the chat, and I could just run up the wheel real quick.
Or well, some people, or can we just? You want to go down a list of everybody who's in? That way, everybody that was in.
I can do that while y'all continue. AB, you gonna open a figure, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll open one.
While he does that, I can run up the wheel real quick.
Okay, awesome.
So, which one should I open up, fellas?
It's a giving day. So.
Should I roll with the Ninja Turtle mood today, or should I go with Anya or Knoxville?
I would say Anya, but I don't want to be the one.
I think Anya, because I've seen Knoxville already outside the box.
Yeah,
okay.
I kind of want to see the Anya too.
Okay, Anya it is.
Oh,
Everybody wants Anya.
Anya.
Yeah.
Anya.
And you know, I mean, it's nothing, but I need this some peanut butter and some bread, bro, because you got that Anya, man. I need some peanut butter
Oh yeah,
and
you
bread.
already know.
Peanut butter and bread.
So this is her out the box.
Oh, that's so dope.
Nice.
Damn, man.
All those faces.
Your little manos and then faceplate.
They're like tiny.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of losing their hands, man. They're like super
Yeah,
tiny.
I had to put them in a Ziploc bag. Damn, man. Ah, need that on you.
I'm gonna mute my mic real quick.
Okay. Man, it's she's so dope, dude. So well made. Like it's just crazy, man. And he's tiny. That's what cracks me up is when you have figures that small that are fully painted, fully articulated, it's crazy, man. Like, look at that, yeah.
She's not really.
Yes. And you know me, AB. I go hard in the paint. So I'm getting on you, but my boy hooked it up with soft goods of her school uniform.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm getting even crazy down with it because it's just sometimes you buy multiple because you want to do crazy stuff with it.
I still was able to find out her other soft good uniform. The other one.
Yes, yeah.
It's still sold out. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because it was easy. People were like, "What? You put soft goods on? Okay."
I know when I found that stuff out, it was sold out. I was like this.
That's so dope, dude. Damn, I can't wait, man.
That's one of her face plates. It's cool. She comes out with a couple of different facial expressions. That's cool.
Yeah, and what's dope is you could swap them with the other one, with the OG release. So you got that many face plates. Yeah, because that's one of the ones I wanted for the original one.
Yeah, the side one.
Yep. Damn, dude. Got her on Big Bad. We'll see. But I might end up. I mean, PM's kind of got me in the mindset tonight. Like, man, I went in. If I had to get it, I had to get it. So I might let's see if I can get that real quick. He's been an amazing guest, but a bad influence on him.
Thank you, appreciate it.
It's crazy. It doesn't even look like it's even a peg. It was the other one like a peg? It's like a little...
it's just like a little thing that pops.
Yeah.
A little nub.
Yeah,
a little nub.
Basically.
There's another little facial expression she comes with.
That's dope, dude. That's good. That's a good pickup, man.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
That is a good pickup. Before Blitz gets the thing up. Oh, I know. There's one question we usually ask real quick. PM, what is your next thing you got coming? What's the next figure you got coming?
That whole line, man. So I bought them separately, but I have all of them coming now. The scrap iron, torpedo, everybody with that little
rock and roll, and who else?
Yeah, so I just have a few extras because I had to get the whole set to make sure that I got the scrap head, copperhead. I couldn't remember who that one was. So yeah, I have those coming, and that's about it right now that I can think of. I got the bats already, but I needed a whole SEAL team. So for me, I'm trying to hold off and wait for the boat to show up at Ollie's, man. But I keep saying I'm gonna just
guys are so lucky with that Ollie's, man.
And listen, I haven't gotten it yet. I got the little paragliders and things like that, and a bunch of little arcades. But I am waiting for the boats. Yes, I need several, like you say, make a Cobra boat, a Joe boat, a special night ops, everything. So that's pretty much all I got coming right now. Is I'm stuck with just the Hasbros and things of that nature. I have the two that I was talking about, the two Mescos without heads coming, but that's pretty much it.
What who did you get? Okay, because I ordered this is weird. I got a notification from Hasbro that I guess they're going to be shipping this week. But then I got a notification from Amazon that they're going to be shipping. So I'm trying to decide which one I'm canceling. I think Amazon says Wednesday, so I'm probably going to cancel Hasbro because if I get them Wednesday, I want them Wednesday.
Yeah. But otherwise, if not, let me know. I'll help you get them sold, man. If you got an extra one, I'll make sure we get rid of it.
Okay. Because I did the same thing. I when they went up, I was like, Big Bad, Hasbro, Amazon, just to see, because they vary. Like, Oh, speaking of rock and roll, I've had rock and roll for like 3 weeks now. For whatever reason, he came super early. I don't know.
My rock and roll set again in that shop for almost a month, so I was waiting for rock and roll. So I'm glad to finally have him.
That's so weird, man. It's weird. I don't do that. Well, Blitz, you got it. You got us ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what I made real quick, and then I'm ready to go with the wheel.
Let's see what you got.
So, with Sun Wukong coming out from Mythic Legions Figura Obscura, I was like, I needed accessories for this Chinese character, and I just kept going and going and going. So I made some stuff. So, like, I did a rock stack.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Damn.
I have loose pieces that you can continue to build, and it looks like they're doing it themselves or whatever. I did like a bamboo board on a wood block. I am gonna cut them so like it looks like like the when they get cut when they do the competition.
Yes.
And then I made some lanterns.
Those lanterns. Are sick.
Oh, dude, those are hard.
That is so sick.
I made 2 of them.
Damn,
that would stick with Demon Slayer figures.
So which one you selling?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need that little wall up there behind you. I'm gonna need that too.
Oh, no, PM, that's not a wall. Show him what that is, Blitz. That's a castle. That's a castle.
Oh my castle.
Yeah.
Castle. I'll show you real quick. Hold on.
It's a 4-foot long castle. This dude's crazy. With a damn drawbridge.
Wow.
Hold on, let me turn on my light real quick. There we go.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
It's crazy, man. These guys,
Damn.
they got the skill.
And I keep all my accessories. Like my wife made me the trees and all my accessories behind it.
Ah, man. Yeah, these dudes. Between him and AB. And of course, Green joining.
I'm just a baby.
And shout out to TMNT 1987 because it was because of him that I made the lantern to begin with. Because he came up with an idea that he wanted for one of his samurai turtles.
Yes.
And he was like, "Yo, I need something like that," and I was like, "You know what? I got you." And I made him a rock stack, and I made him a lantern as well.
Oh, that's sick.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick, man.
Giveaway.
Okay.
Let me move it a little closer.
Oh, thanks for making that too, Blitz. Appreciate
Yes, man. You know how Blitz.
Yeah, man. So I got 12 right now.
Okay.
So we got Raven's Eye Realm, Toy Attic, The Rabbit's Den, Vico San 88, AC Mecha, Complete Carnage. I don't know why this came out like this. Hold on. There we go. William Hostler, Samurai Chris, Plastic Piece, and Prime Artist.
Nice.
Last one standing wins the Black Dino Lightning Collection figure from giveaway from AB.
Yeah.
Here we go. Bye-bye, Vito. Bye-bye, Raven guys.
Cut without blade.
Bye-bye, 88 figs.
Oh.
Prime Artist.
Sliced up.
No. Pete.
Oh,
Yeah.
sliced.
Toy addict.
Damn, knives are out. Knives are out.
AC Mecca.
Damn.
5 more to go. Carnage.
Damn. Well, I guess we should have checked to make sure everybody's continental U.S., man. Somebody's they're in Russia.
Russia.
They're gonna ship it. It's like $200 a ship.
Oh,
Brown, sorry.
Damn.
Samurai Chris.
Dang.
Oh,
Slicing, man. They're slicing and dicing in here.
Final 2.
Dang.
And the winner.
Here we go.
Liam Hostler is the winner.
Okay,
nice.
nice.
hey,
Congratulations.
good,
Alright, cool.
congrats.
Congratulations. Getting that,
Congrats, man.
Now we need his
that
handle.
Dino Thunder. Yeah, we got to get the handle. Damn, how we going to find that out? Let's see here.
Can we message his YouTube page?
I think
It's
you can.
Instagram, right? I think I have him as a friend on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Please let us know. By the way, PM, Raven says he's got about 6 of them boats at his Ollie's, man. If you want to hit him up. Because if you don't take all of them, I'd like 1 or 2.
All right, done deal. I only need 2.
You only need 2? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ravens, we're going to hit you up after this and get 4 of them for us. Get them for us, man. Because I don't have an Ollie's in 2,000 miles. So there's that. Man. Okay, you say you think he's a friend of yours on... shit. How are we going to find out?
I'm gonna need that blitz. I'm gonna need one.
That thing is amazing, man. Making me...
That is.
You could also put a light on the bottom, and it'll stay in touch right here, and you can have it light
You
up.
said William Hostler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine on Instagram.
Okay. Well, let him know, and just so he knows, because a lot of times when we contact people on our giveaways, they think we're like spamming them or something. So please let them know that it's real. Do you really want it?
Tell them we're not ambassadors. You know, trying to get a vote with a link.
Exactly. Like I need to come over to the country, so give me your email, your address.
Maybe they'll hit me up for the lantern, and PM, if you're interested in the lantern, you can hit me up too, man. Let me know.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys.
No
for
problem.
real. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely, man. Appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
Absolutely.
Prime artist, thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll hit you up too, Raven. We're gonna hit you up, Raven. Don't play with us, Raven. Really got the Ollies. Don't mess with
I need them clone troopers. Where is it hitting? Ross or Ollie's?
Clone troopers are coming out.
Collectibles net grab like 3 or 4 of them. I don't know if it was a Ross or Ollie's. Yeah.
How you guys?
I need like 10 of them.
That'd be
Yeah, I
so
need a
cool.
couple.
Well, I know
I
what
haven't
I'm
even
doing
lost
tomorrow.
them yet.
I don't have any clone troopers. Be dope ass. And I'm not ready to go on Alley yet because sometimes you just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You
They're
get for like
iffy.
20
I mean, they're not iffy. They're hit or miss. AliExpress is
Right, because it's not even so much that they're hit or miss too. It's the fact that when you order something on AliExpress, it can be like 6 months, bro, before you get that.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's
man.
like forever. You should. Well, they're actually.
But sometimes they be coming with the arm shorter than the other arm.
He's gonna go check it tomorrow. Check it tomorrow and let Kim and I know what you got, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We got purchases for you, Ravens. So, do what you do. Thanks, people. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up everything. Again, PM Uncolored, thank you, brother, for coming on, being a great guest. It was fun, man. We had a blast tonight, man. And I'm gonna be biased because you got the GI Joe stuff, man. And that's I enjoyed this because of Joe.
Appreciate it, man. I had a blast, man. This has been fun. Like I said, it's my first one. Hopefully, we get to do it again. So,
yeah.
Absolutely, anytime you want. And by the way, my wallet is kind of looking at you a little funny because that's other than that, he's kind of looking at you like what? Because I've only seen pictures of him not live, and to see when you held him up live, I was like, damn, that's dope. Okay,
it's nice.
That's that mezco magic.
Mm-hmm. Raven says, I'll clear them out and let y'all know. He's gonna clear out Ollie.
He's gonna be like, Oprah, you get a boat. You get a boat. Everybody get a boat.
Oh man. But yes, thank you again for coming on. You're more than welcome on anytime you want to. And also, by the way, too, we do have the pick plug available for you if you got to plug something, if there's something you got going on, or a collab you're doing, or something to giveaway, or whatever you want to do. Just hit us with the info and we'll throw it up on the pick bar so you can plug it.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
And speaking of the pick bar, if you want to come on with a couple of fellas, more than welcome to come on and host and throw up some appreciation shots, feature some people.
Absolutely.
It's open territory for you.
Look forward to doing that with you fellas. Thank you so much.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
On that note, we're gonna let Blitz gonna take us to church real quick.
All right. Much love, fellas.
Church.
All right. So thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. It's always greatly appreciated. You guys could be doing anything else in the world right now, but you guys are kicking it with us, so we always appreciate it. Big shout out to PM and Color for joining us. Great show. And thank you for being an awesome guest as well, man. We learned so much, and as you can tell, Thor is gonna go broke in about. But, that's okay because that's what it's about. It's about enabling. It's about fellowshipping. It's a community that's supposed to be a full circle. So, thank you again for joining us. It was an amazing episode.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Shout out to the winner for the pop-up giveaway. Thanks to our boy AB. Hopefully you see the message soon and we can get that figure shipped to you ASAP. This Wednesday for the Pig Bar, we have hosts coming on. So we have Kushimama. Shit, you see, this is what happens when I'm not fucking prepared. I don't have everybody's name.
It's all freestyle.
And I fucked up. Yeah, man. I should have wrote down the names at least. Oh, shit. We got 4 wonderful guests because I can't find them right now. I know one of them is Kushimama. The other one is
Danger. Her husband, Danger.
Whale David and Whale David Photography and Terrell Comics.
Yes.
Yep. Terrell Comics.
It's actually
another Canadian jump.
Yeah.
Yep. So Canadians are taking over the Pig Bar again. So we can't wait. They picked some amazing photos so far. And they're gonna do what we do every single week when we appreciate the community. If you guys want to do the same thing, want to be a host on the Pig Bar, grab a few buddies, let us know. We can't, as the 4 of us, can not reach everybody in the community. It's impossible to reach everybody. But you guys might see somebody that we don't see, and it's your opportunity to make them people shine. And in order to do so, jump on the Pig Bar and appreciate them the same way we do. If you want to be a guest on the Lazy Boyz, reach out to one of us, let us know. You can do exactly what this gentleman did here tonight. Have a blast with us, PM Uncolored. It's a kickback show. We try to make it as simple and as easy as possible for you to be able to enjoy yourself and be yourself. That's what it's about. I don't know why I feel rusty as fuck doing this because we didn't do this last week. I can't think of anything else at the current moment. But check out Cushy Mama with Collector Sector. Check out the boys, Toy Addict and Unworthy for a Worthy Addiction on Thursdays.
Oh, guess what's back on Wednesdays? And speaking of Toy Addict,
Oh yeah.
Black
Oh
and
yeah,
White
Black
Black
and
and
Wednesdays are back this week, starting for the month of July with a splash of yellow. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm
Black
excited.
and
That
yellow,
is a
black and
unique.
yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, that's a unique color to perform with black and white. So I can't wait to see everybody's photos. Please participate in this one because it's gonna be it's a challenge. Like I said,
It is.
to make yellow stand out in a photo is pretty difficult. But
Mhm.
can't wait to see everybody's photos. I can't think of anything else. I'm just talking at this point. But PM Uncovered, once again, thank you for jumping on, man. It's been
No
great.
doubt.
Man.
Appreciate
It's
it.
always nice.
Yeah, man.
No problem. And it's always nice to put a face to the person behind the camera.
Yep.
And like I say all the time, these shows are for you guys. It's not for us. Like we facilitate it, yeah, but it's for the person that we have on to get out there and let people know what they're about when they do their photos and what they love about what they do, man. So thank you again for coming on and just being cool with us with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you guys having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, it's time to stop being lazy. Good night, everybody.
You heard him.
Man, you heard him. We out.
Adios.
Peace out, y'all. Let's go.
Laters.
All
Thank
right,
you.
fellas. Y'all have a good night.
Y'all too, man. Do it.
Deuces.